When you see a brown UPS truck idling on a quiet suburban street, it looks like one of the simplest businesses on earth. You pay them $10. They take a cardboard box from point A to point B, and everybody moves on. But if that was actually their business model, United Parcel Service would have gone bankrupted decades ago. The truth is, delivering a single package to a front doorstep is a financial nightmare. Fuel costs, driver wages, vehicle wear and tear, and traffic delays eat away at profits so fast that, on millions of residential drops, UPS actually loses money. And yet, this single company generates over $90 billion in annual revenue, pulling in billions in net profit every single year, outperforming rivals and building a cash reserve that Wall Street considers almost impenetrable. So, how is this possible? How does a company that loses money on the very thing you see them do every day secretly rank among the most profitable logistics machines in human history? The answer isn't in the packages. It's buried in a hidden web of mathematical algorithms, financial engineering, and a corporate strategy so brilliant it forced the entire global economy to play by their rules. To understand where the billions really come from, you first have to understand the brutal math of what logistics experts call the last mile. When UPS picks up 10,000 packages from a single Amazon or Target warehouse, that's easy, that's cheap, that's high density. But the second a brown truck enters your neighborhood to drop off just one pair of shoes, efficiency plunges off a cliff. The driver has to slow down, navigate parked cars, turn off the engine, walk up a driveway, wait for a signature, and drive away. That single stop costs UPS several dollars in labor and fuel, but the customer only paid a fraction of that for the entire journey. For years, this last-mile problem was a silent cancer inside UPS's balance sheet. E-commerce was exploding. Volume was hitting record highs, but profits were shrinking. They were getting crushed by their own success. They realized that if they kept letting human intuition plan delivery routes, they were heading straight for financial ruin. So, back in 2003, UPS greenlit a quiet, top-secret technology project, an internal software gamble that executives hoped might save a few $1 million in gas. They had no idea. They were about to build one of the most powerful corporate algorithms ever written, a system known inside the company as ORION. ORION stands for On-Road Integrated Optimization and Navigation. On paper, it sounds like a boring GPS program, but in reality, it's a massive artificial intelligence engine designed to solve an impossible mathematical problem. The traveling salesman dilemma, you see. When a single UPS driver has 120 stops in a day, the total number of possible route combinations isn't hundreds or thousands. It's a number so massive that it exceeds the total number of atoms in the known universe. For decades, drivers relied on local knowledge and gut instinct. They knew which streets had traffic, which dogs were loose, and where to park. But human instinct is filled with hidden inefficiencies. Drivers liked taking left turns across busy intersections. Drivers liked looping back to familiar roads. Drivers hated zigzagging. ORION looked at 200,000 route options per driver every single morning and gave them an instruction that sounded completely insane to veteran drivers. Stop turning left. It sounds like a joke, but cross-traffic left turns force a heavy truck to sit idling, burning fuel, waiting for an opening in traffic, while dramatically increasing the risk of an intersection crash. By re-engineering delivery routes to favor right-hand turns, even if it meant taking a longer path around a block, ORION did something miraculous. It cut out 100 million miles of driving every single year. It saved 10 million gallons of fuel annually, and slashed operating expenses by over $300 million a year. A single mile removed from every driver's daily route saved UPS $50 million in pure profit. Yet, solving the route problem was only half the battle, because even with an optimized route, dropping a single cheap package at a house still yields razor-thin margins, which brings us to the second pillar of their financial empire: a secret pricing tactic that quietly rewritten the cost of online shopping. For over a century, shipping companies charged you based on one metric: weight. If a package was heavy, it was expensive. If it was light, it was cheap. Then came the e-commerce era. Retailers started shipping giant, lightweight boxes filled with bubble wrap and a single featherweight item. Suddenly, UPS delivery trucks were filling up physically, reaching maximum space capacity. Long before they reached their maximum weight capacity, they were essentially flying and driving trucks full of packaged air, and getting paid pennies for it. So UPS made a silent, ruthless financial move that caught the retail industry completely off guard. They introduced dimensional weight pricing. Instead of weighing your package, UPS created a mathematical formula based on length times width times height, divided by a custom dimensional factor. Suddenly, a large box containing a light teddy bear was billed as if it weighed 15 pounds. Retailers were shocked. Shipping costs skyrocketed overnight for companies using oversized packaging. But UPS wasn't trying to punish shippers. They were forcing the entire corporate world to redesign their packaging, making boxes smaller, denser, and far more efficient for UPS to pack inside their vehicles. They turned empty space into a multi-billion-dollar revenue stream, charging customers for the space they wasted, while simultaneously making their own transport network twice as dense. And density, as Wall Street insiders know, is the ultimate holy grail of business cash flow. While competitors like FedEx historically chased fast, high-margin overnight air freight, and Amazon poured billions into building a consumer delivery fleet, UPS quietly focused on dominating the unglamorous B2B commercial ground market. When a UPS van stops at a commercial office park or a downtown shopping center, it doesn't drop off one box. It drops off 50 packages at a single location and picks up 30 more from the same loading dock. The labor cost for that stop is almost identical to dropping off one box at a residential porch, but the revenue is 30 times higher. Commercial density is where the real profit margin lies, and once a business integrates UPS software into its warehouse management system, the switching costs become terrifyingly high. For a company to leave UPS for a competitor, they have to retrain staff, overhaul software, renegotiate complex custom rebate tariffs, and risk shipping delays during the transition. UPS doesn't just deliver boxes for businesses. It hooks its digital nervous system directly into their supply chains, creating an unbreakable lock-in effect. And when global events strike or fuel prices spike, UPS triggers its ultimate financial weapon: dynamic surcharges. Have you ever wondered why UPS profitability stays strong even during economic downturns? Look at the fine print of a corporate invoice. Fuel surcharges, peak season surcharges, delivery area surcharges, residential delivery fees, extended area charges. UPS has engineered a pricing structure where operational cost volatility is almost instantly passed directly down to the consumer or the merchant, protecting their core profit margins like an armored vault. And then, there is the silent juggernaut hiding in plain sight: UPS Airlines, operating out of Worldport in Louisville, Kentucky. A massive, ultra-automated global air hub capable of processing over 400,000 packages every single hour. UPS operates one of the largest airlines on planet Earth. This isn't just about moving packages fast. It's about global logistics arbitrage. UPS buys fuel at immense scale, optimizes international customs clearance through in-house brokers, and fills its return flights with high-margin international freight, transforming every aircraft into an airborne revenue machine. They don't just ship everyday consumer goods anymore. They've quietly expanded into high-stakes, hyper-lucrative niches like UPS Premier, moving temperature-sensitive pharmaceuticals, biological vaccines, and critical medical equipment where a single delayed shipment could cost millions, and where clients willingly pay extraordinary prices for guaranteed, real-time tracked delivery. So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, the mystery vanishes. UPS didn't build a multi-billion-dollar fortune by simply driving brown trucks up and down residential streets. They built it by taking the world's most chaotic, unpredictable system, global logistics, and breaking it down into raw mathematical data. They monetized empty air inside boxes. They eliminated left turns to save hundreds of millions on gas.